Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Eva and I'm an art illustrator, and in this video I want to share with you my experience of the first year of having my Etsy shop. And I wanted to do this video because I have seen a lot of videos about Etsy shop and about experiences and all of that, but now that I have been for more than a year in Etsy, the experiences that I saw on those videos were not really realistic, at least for what I have experienced and from other people that I know that have a similar business as me, which is selling your art, maybe ceramics, maybe some kind of craft. And I just wanted to do this video so you have real numbers from people that start, that doesn't have a big community in social media, and at the same time that I just don't have knowledge about having an online shop or about SEO or about anything like that. I'm just an illustrator, and what I have studied is just to be a teacher, so it hasn't any relationship with technology, with anything like that. You will see in the video that in the first part I do some kind of introduction and explain you a little bit about how Etsy works, so if you don't have a lot of knowledge about the platform and all of that, I explain you that. If you want to know more about something, leave it in the comments and I will answer that if I know the answer. And then in the second part I share with you my experience. First I explain you some things that happened to me that I want to share with you, and then in the second part I share with you the thing that I think you're more excited about, which is numbers. I share with you what was my revenue for the first year and all the numbers and stats and everything like that. So I hope this video helps you. Leave me in the comments if you are thinking about starting Etsy or how it has been your experience in the platform. And if you have any tips and all of that, I would love to read that too, and in that way people will read them too, and that will help everyone, and that would be lovely. And yeah, and that's all. I am going to leave you with the video and I hope it helps you. So I have here my computer and I am going to go through everything that I want to tell you. And the first thing is, why did I decide to open an Etsy shop and not to open a shop in another platform? At the beginning I was thinking a lot about what should I do, but then as a lot of the artists that I follow and that I look up to were using Etsy, I thought that was a strong option. And when it was time to think about it, like really think about it, I did a research, as maybe some of you have done, and the main thing that I saw it was that it was a really easy option because Etsy does it really easy for you. You just have to put the photos, you write the descriptions and all of that, and then you can publish it. It's true that all the SEO and all of that is more difficult as everywhere, but the main thing of opening the Etsy shop, it was really easy. Then as a lot of people use it to buy or sell there, I thought that it was a really safe option to buy from there for the people, for the customers, and also for me to sell, because you know, life is not easy. There's a lot of scams, and there's a lot of scams for customers but also to sellers. So I thought that as this was like a big company, a lot of people buy and sell there, that would be a really safe option, and it is. And then talking to some friends that do art, ceramics or any kind of craft, I was talking to them because they have an online shop that it's not from Etsy, and they told me that it was really hard to buy from there. Also the setup is more difficult, but getting to a customer is really hard unless you have like a big community behind you. So with all of that, I decided that to begin it was a really quick option and also safe, and then I would see how it works and then maybe decide of changing or not. Now let's move on to all the costs of having an Etsy shop. I am going to list you here all the commissions that Etsy takes from your sales and everything that you have to pay. I know that there's some little differences depending on the countries. I am going to leave you down here some of the links that I found from Etsy. Always search in Etsy because they haven't updated. And as you can see, there's a lot of percentage, there's a lot of everything. Now there's also a new cost that it's opening an Etsy shop, cost $15. I think that this cost is high if we do a lot of sales. But the good thing about Etsy is that they only take that money from your sales if you sell. There's only one point that is not that. I am going to tell you right now. The good thing about Etsy is that it doesn't have a monthly cost. So for the beginners, I think it is the best option for that. And if you grow, I think that's the time to move to a web or maybe have the two options. I think that for beginners, this is not a lot. In my case, I'm going to talk about euros because I'm from Spain. But of every 100 euros that I make from Etsy, they take more or less 20 euros. It depends on the product, if it's expensive one or maybe not. It depends on that, but more or less, so you have in mind. And the way that you pay Etsy is really easy. There's two options. In the case that you have sold something, maybe that month or that week, it depends on the frequency that you want Etsy to pay you. But if you have some money on Etsy and they haven't paid you yet, they will discount it from that or from every order. But if you have not sold something in that month, and this is the thing that I told you that it was different, you haven't sold a product in, I don't remember if it was 3 months or 4 months, you need to renew that listing and you have to pay, I think it's 20 cents of dollars for every listing. So if that has happened to you and you need to pay to renew those listings, you will go to your account on Etsy and there's a part that you can pay it from there. I haven't found the place to set it automatically, but there's that option that it's really easy and quick. And then some months ago they have done something that it's really interesting because obviously as life gets expensive and expensive, Etsy does too, and it has been happening for years. People have been complaining a lot and they have done something that it's the share and save link. Through that link they will give you the 4% of everything that you have paid to them for that order. And how to use that is that you need to share the link that they give you for that offer, and every order that comes from that link, it will discount those 4%. And how does Etsy pay your income? Again, this is really easy, and that's something that I am really grateful for Etsy because they do everything really easy. And what you need to do is put obviously your bank account and they will pay you automatically, and you can put how frequently you want them to pay you. I do it monthly, but I think there's an option of every 2 weeks and every week. I don't know if there's an option of daily. I don't remember right now, but you can choose of the option that goes better for you, and they just will pay you automatically. You will receive in your bank account the income of what you have made, and that's that. It's really, really easy. Now I'm going to talk about the last thing that I want to explain you about how it works, and then we will talk about what it is my experience. I just wanted to do this little introduction. The last point of the introduction is the offers and discounts, and this is for me really interesting in terms of marketing. Again, it's really easy. You can make a discount code if you want to. You just put the percentage that you want of discount. You can put the name of the code. I think you can put if you want a minimum of the order or not. And you can also select if you want it in some products, maybe in all of the products. And that has been a little help for me to attract more people. And I think that's a really good option to have there. And there's also some different discounts that you can put if you want to, and Etsy will email people with those discounts, and those are for if someone marks your product as a favorite. There's also the option of abandoned carts, and the third one is if someone has bought from you, they send them an email with a little discount if they want to come back and buy something more. And I have been using them. Etsy has been sending them, and right now as I am filming this, there's been more than a year of me having the Etsy shop, and I have gotten some orders from that. So I think that helps. I think those are really interesting for when you are starting, because for what I have experienced and also for what I have seen online from other experiences of other people, the harder part of having an Etsy shop is when you're beginning and when you don't have a lot of orders, because people trust in people that have a lot of orders and mostly a lot of reviews, and those come from orders. So for now, I am using them to attract more people and to get more sales, so then I can attract even more people. And now let's move on to the part that you have been waiting, and it's my experience. For now, for me, it has been good, but I expected more. As I told you in the beginning of the video, a lot of people do these videos and they tell you that they have made thousands of money, of dollars, of pounds, of euros, of whatever it is in their country in the first year, and that's not real. For the people that I have known in my surroundings, that doesn't happen. And as I have seen a lot of people and a lot of experiences online of that successful stories, they made me think that it was easier, and it is not. But for now, I have liked Etsy because it's really, as I told you, easy and quick to set up. But at the same time, I had some experiences that were weird, difficult, or I don't know. And I am going to explain them right now. There's two things that I want to explain you. I am going to begin with the one that I did not like, and those are the payments restrictions. I didn't know that existed, but it does, and it happened to me. And that happens when Etsy sees that you have made more orders than normally, and also when you had some orders that are not tracked in the shipping. And that happened to me last spring. I launched a collection which was the magnetic bookmarks. A lot of people liked them. I sold, for me, a lot of them. It was some for other people, but for me it was a lot. It was more than normally. And then also those orders were like in the UK what it would be a second class, and Etsy doesn't like that. I don't understand how they do it in this way, because they take 75% of your income and they pay you only the 25%, and they retain the 75% for, I think it was more or less a month. They pay you that money. You are not going to lose money. You are going to get paid of that, but they are going to pay you later, and that lasts for 3 or 4 months. And it really shocked me, because I was like, okay, I kind of understand why they do this, but they could take maybe the 25% off, not 75, because the people that live from that income, they don't have it, and I don't think that's something really fair. You also don't have an option to talk to Etsy to tell them, hey, everything is okay, I have this to show you that I am not doing anything wrong, or that anything is weird, that maybe it's just that I launched a new collection or something like that. You don't have that option, and they retain a lot of money. And when that happened to me, I was quite shocked. But it didn't happen to me again. Thank God. I have seen that doesn't happen to a lot of people, but I am someone with really bad luck, and all the things that normally don't happen always happen to me. I don't know why. And I just wanted to tell you this experience so you have it in mind, because that happens. And I hope they change this, but that happens. And then the other thing that I wanted to explain you is how it's sending to a country that you need to do customs. And I want to explain you this because this happened to me some months ago. As I am in Spain, sending to the UE, it's really easy. It's like sending to your own country. You just put in the envelope the addresses, you go to the post office, you pay, that's all. And I have sent to Portugal, I have sent to Finland, to I think Slovakia, I think it was, and I don't remember any other countries. Well, Spain. But some months ago I got my first orders for the UK, and I needed to do customs for the first time. And for me, sending from Spain, that's the only country that I have needed to do that. I have sent some orders recently to the USA. It was really easy. I didn't need to do customs, but to the UK I do have to. And I want to explain you a little bit about this because when I got those orders, I thought that it was going to be the same easy as the other ones, but it is not. It's still easy, but I am going to explain you. When you get that order, you will see that Etsy tells you that you need to put a code to send to that country in the envelope, because Etsy collects all the VAT to all the countries that you need to do customs, and then they do all the work on that. But you need to put that in the envelope, and I didn't know how to do it. And I asked some people that sell in Etsy and that have sent to the UK or to other countries that they needed to do that. And the only thing that you need to do with that is below your address, you put VAT number, you put the number that Etsy gives you, and that's all. And then when you go to the post office, you need to do the customs papers and all of that. I am not going to explain you a lot about this because it depends on the country, and I think the best option to do is of you going to your post office and ask them what you need to do in that case. In my case, what I need to do is put the value of the things, of the products that you have inside the envelope or of the box, then put what kind of product it is, and then the email of the customer who have bought from you that. It's really easy, but when you don't know how to do something, it's quite scary. Now I am going to show you all the numbers of the first year, and I think this is the part of the video that you are expecting the most. So I am going to put right now an image of all the numbers of different things, and the first one that I want to show you is how shoppers find me in my case. As you can see, the 80% of the visits I did brought them myself. Mostly were from direct links that I have put from social media. As you can see, Etsy didn't do as much as I thought they would. They only brought me the 20% of the visits. But at the same time, it's not a zero. And then as you can see down, there's the traffic from the share and save link. There's not tons of click because they begin with this later in the year. It was not from the beginning of me opening my shop, but at the same time I have saved some money and I have made some revenue from that, so that's good, that's okay. Now the shopper stats. People did mark as a favorite 150 items of my shop, but for what I have seen, that doesn't relate a lot with sales. Then 42 people follow my shop. I think this thing is really important to get more seen on the Etsy web. And then 9 reviews. I want to work a lot more on getting more reviews because I think this is a really significant thing for people to buy from your shop, and I just want to get better with that. When you search some item to buy something, one of the things that you will see most is the reviews of the people. So I have found myself comparing that when I search for something to buy, and I think that's really important. Then I have two repeat buyers, which I think one of those is my sister. Well, I'm sure that one of those is my sister, which I am really thankful for. I love my sister, she's the best. And then I have reached 11 cities, which I think those are where I have sold more than where they have found me in the Etsy web. And now let's go to the numbers that I know you will like the most, which has been my revenue for this year. As you can see, I have received 1635 visits from those 28 orders, which are not a lot of orders. The number that appears in your shop page, it would be of the items that you have sold, which in the first year I think it was 41 or something like that, and all of that came from the 28 orders. And the revenue, you have seen it, it's 382 with 28 cents. I expected more from Etsy, to be honest with you. At the same time, I think that that's a lot of money, and it kind of blows my mind at the same time that people have spent money in my art and in my products, in my creations. When I really think about that, it's my art is in different countries and a lot of people have them. Some years ago that would be kind of crazy for me, but thinking about it as a business, that's slow, to be honest with you. But this year I want to get better with that. I need to research how to do it because I want to find the magic formula. I haven't found it yet. I think I will do sometime. I will share it with you if I do. But this is a realistic first year in Etsy. The people that have succeeded in Etsy, there's so many factors around it. Maybe they have some background of knowing how all the online shops work, maybe of SEO, maybe they have a really big community behind them. We really don't know. But in my case, of not knowing anything of that, of just starting, trying my best, of not having the biggest community on Instagram or YouTube or all the social media, this is what a first year is. So my conclusion about Etsy is that it's a good platform. Am I going to still be selling my art and my products in Etsy? For now, yes. I think it's a good platform. It's really easy to use, as I have said many times in this video. It's true that every time there's more and more shops, and in Etsy I think that there's so many shops right now that it's really difficult to be in the first pages of searching something. So I think that if you're going to begin selling on Etsy, one of the more important things, it will be having a big community behind you, because it's really difficult to get to new customers. At the same time, I know some people that have an online shop that is their web and they pay a monthly fee, but they don't see a lot of income or any from that. It depends. From my experience, what I think for beginners is the best option is Etsy. And then if you grow, it will be amazing to go to your own web or maybe have both at the same time. But I thought it would be much better selling on Etsy and the numbers would be higher, but the reality is this. It's really difficult and you need to attract those customers by your own self. For this second year of having an Etsy shop, I want to work a lot on getting a better SEO to get more seen to people, to get more sales that then bring me more people. And you know, if you have more sales, that means that you will have more reviews and that will attract more people. So I want to work a lot on that, to have at least monthly orders, at least one. It would be amazing, but that's really hard. So I am going to focus on do some research to find some tips, some things that work and try them, and if I find some that are good, I will share them with you so you also get those tips and get much better with Etsy and tons of orders to get as successful as those videos. But this is the reality. So this is the end of the video, and I hope that seeing this realistic experience of myself helps you. Don't feel bad about not having the best numbers. That's normal. And people that is really successful right now, most of them have been working on their projects for years, maybe 10 years, maybe 6 years. Normally those are a lot of years, so don't feel bad about that, because I think that everyone has been, or mostly everyone has been struggling at the beginning. So yeah, don't feel bad about that. We just need to keep on going, to get better, to do more research, to get better with a lot of things. If I find some tips or some things, I will make a video and share them with you. I will also share them with you in Instagram and everywhere so you find them. And I would love to read on the comments all your experiences on Etsy. Maybe if you are thinking about beginning with an Etsy shop or you have some questions about it, leave them in the comments. And also I would love to read some of your tips or of things that have worked for you, because having those in the comments, I think it will help everyone. it will help me, but also the people that see this video and reads the comments. So that would be amazing, and I hope this helped you. Thank you so much. You have all the links down here of my social media, of my Etsy shop, if you want to see how I have everything organized, or if you want to see the products or whatever it is. You have all the links in the info box, and I love you so much. I hope this helped you, and I will see you really soon. Bye!